Yesterday, MJ won the power of veto, and it looked like she was going to be able to not take anyone off the block, and that her nemesis from the beginning, Angela, was going to be going home. At the beginning of the season, MJ did promise that she was going to take out Angela for Matt, and she has the chance to do that this week. But discussions have been going on, especially between Chelsea and Cam, that this is the week to take out Leah instead. They've talked to MJ about it, and MJ does seem to be leaning towards that, even though I don't think it is good for MJ's game whatsoever. MJ targeting Angela makes a ton of sense because Angela is not good for anyone's game, as we've seen all season. The closer you get to Angela, the harder it is for your own game. Plus, MJ has wanted Angela out from the beginning. They don't really have this solid game relationship just because MJ saved Angela one time with the veto. So MJ taking Angela out this week really wasn't a bad choice for her, in my opinion, for her own game. Although the problem, as I stated the last time I updated a couple days ago, that MJ did not need this HOH in the first place. MJ could have kind of coasted for a week or two because she would have been able to play different sides of the house. Since winning the HOH, and not only winning the HOH, but winning the veto competition, of course her target's going to grow as the newest comp beast in the house. Plus, MJ tends to go around talking about being the comp beast of the season this season and not Tucker. So I fail to see how that is useful for her game either. But as we've discussed many times this season, MJ's never been a bright bulb in the house. And while she kind of fell into a good position last week with the boring twist, this week winning HOH has completely blown that up. So much so that not only are Chemo and Rubina talking about taking out MJ if it's a double, or the next HOH, which it is a double, but even Chelsea and Cam have discussed taking out MJ sooner rather than later. So yes, MJ winning the HOH, not a good thing. The worst thing, however, would be her using the veto on Chemo and putting up Leah. Well, I would enjoy seeing that happen because I want to see Leah on the block. I just don't see, it's just not MJ's place to do so. But that has been the trend. Every time this season we've seen somebody win an HOH that they didn't need, they end up taking out a player that they don't need to be the ones to take them out. We saw that with Quinn taking out Joseph. Quinn putting up Joseph in the first place was a really dumb decision by him. We saw that last week with Leah. Taking out T-Core was not the best thing for her game. It just kind of makes her an easier target because the only thing Leah has been good at in this game is staying off the block. T-Core was another one doing that. She could have used T-Core at least somewhat as a shield because everyone was saying that T-Core would win if she makes the end. Why was it Leah that needed to take T-Core out? It was a dumb decision by Leah. But MJ deciding to take out Leah this week might be the dumbest decision yet from an HOH that didn't need to win HOH, because Leah is one of the only people who would stay a number for MJ, at least for now. And Leah talking about how Chelsea needs to go would actually benefit MJ's game if Chelsea does go. But Chelsea's able to get in MJ's head better than anyone, and it's why Chelsea has been such a great player this season. I think that this is a dumb mistake from MJ, but it seems like what she is leaning on doing, and it's kind of Leah's fault too. I just have been talking about all season how Leah's game is very one-dimensional. The only thing she's been great at is staying off the block, but she's never been able to add anything to her game. She really did go wrong on that week when she used the veto on Angela and Joseph went up on the block. One, because Quinn kept telling her over and over that if she keeps Angela, if she's ever on the block against Angela, she's the one that's going to go home. And that just might be what happens this week. The real mistake that week, though, in my opinion, was Leah not cluing in Quinn that she was for sure going to use the veto, and then coming up together with a different renom than Joseph. Because Leah losing Joseph and Quinn back to back has really hurt her game, in my opinion. Because, yeah, she's good socially at staying off the block, but she's never been good at getting information for her own game. And now with both Quinn and Joseph out of the game, Leah's not getting real information from anyone outside of Angela. And Angela herself, as we all know, has never had a hold of the social game this season, which is why she continues to kind of be safe over and over, because people feel as though they could just get her out whenever, or that she's a goat, that if she makes the end, nobody's going to vote for her to win, which at this point I still agree, unless Angela's sitting next to somebody that the jury feels very bitter towards, which is always a possibility. There's still enough game left for that to happen, I suppose. I don't want it to happen. I wanted Angela to go home this week. Personally, I have found her entire shtick tired for several weeks now. Don't even think she's that good of TV anymore, but to be fair, I also only watch the Thursday episodes, so there's that. I do enjoy Rubina kind of playing into MJ's dumb idea today, with MJ bringing up the idea to Rubina, because of course it benefits Rubina a ton. It might benefit Rubina more than anyone. Obviously, this move, if Leah goes home this week, benefits Chelsea. But I do think the argument can be made that at the double, if Leah were to win HOH at the double, that Leah might be able to be talked out of putting Cam up on the block next to Chelsea. There is still that slight possibility. Leah seems to trust Cam the second most in the house after Angela, to me, in my opinion, because Leah sees MJ as kind of a puppet to Chelsea, which is accurate. However, I think Angela cannot be talked out of putting Chelsea and Cam on the block together. And will Chelsea go home over Cam at the double at this point in the game? Not by the way that Rubina and Kimo have been talking so far, but that can always be a discussion. So I think that is maybe a detriment to keeping Angela over Leah for Chelsea's game at the double coming up this week. But for Rubina's game, and Kimo's, of course, using the veto on Kimo, taking Kimo off the block, is a good thing, obviously, for Kimo, because he's off the block. And Rubina very much wants revenge for what happened to her and T-Core last week. Another problem with Leah's game this week so far is her trying to go to Rubina, talking about how she regrets last week. She shouldn't have put up T-Core and got T-Core out. She shouldn't have put up Rubina and Kimo. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's what you did, Leah. And of course, I think Leah truly thinks that she was going to be able to talk herself into Rubina's good side. After last week, Leah chose to put that trio on the block, even though they are not the best strategist of the trio. The thruple is the best strategist. Well, Chelsea is the best strategist, and she's in the thruple. So that is why I think maybe Leah did choose targeting the wrong trio last week. But I did enjoy seeing Rubina talk up to MJ. Yeah, make this move, make this move. MJ's saying, oh, the jury is going to respect this move, and she's going to get jury votes out of it, even if she loses Leah as a jury vote. That was kind of what Chelsea put up in her head, that, yeah, you're going to lose Leah as a jury vote, but you're going to gain respect by making the move. I think that's just Chelsea kind of letting MJ hang herself with this move this week. But Rubina kind of talking MJ into this even more, I think benefits Rubina. If Rubina makes the end, the way Rubina's going to win the game is because of a better jury. I do think Rubina stepped up her social game at some point in the season. I don't think it's that great. I didn't enjoy watching Rubina and Cam the other day talk about how neither of them think they're going to win the game. But I do think Rubina might know that this move for MJ is going to create bitter jurors for MJ. I don't think Angela's going to respect the move. So if Angela's in the jury, she's not going to respect it. Leah's obviously going to lose the vote here. So yeah, good for Rubina for letting MJ talk her dumb nonsense, because this move, putting Leah on the block, is not good for MJ, but it does benefit Chelsea. It does benefit Rubina, and Chemo does not benefit MJ. She should not be the one to take out Leah, but, you know, let the chaos unfold, I suppose, come tomorrow. Leah's going to isolate herself again, because that is what she does. But yeah, I don't really care to commentate on the throuple going onings. I've said this a lot over the past couple of weeks. There's no chemistry between Cam and Chelsea. Don't think Cam is into Chelsea that way. Cam is not into MJ that way. They don't have chemistry either. It's not a real love triangle. It does nothing for me. Yeah, does Chelsea talk too much shit about Cam? And it's kind of weird and childish if she's talking all this shit because she has a crush on Cam, and she's jealous of Cam's flirting with other women in the house. It is stupid. But I'm glad they kind of talked out their issues. And since they talked out their issues last night, I think that Cam and Chelsea have really locked in as a dangerous duo today. And that is the reason why it seems there is a push to get out Leah now instead of Angela. It is thanks to Chelsea and Cam being able to work as a unit to get into MJ's head.